Hey everybody, John from the Training Rim. As usual, I'm open for business. My dogs are running around fighting over rawhides, and I'm kind of doing this on the fly, so I apologize in advance for any distractions. I want to talk about how to use tubing to improve core strength. I got a question specifically about somebody recovering from a back injury, but it can be applied to anybody. Tubing can help, actually can help total body strength, but specifically can help core strength with normally healthy, fit people, with people who have had back injuries, people who have a current back injury. Basically, it's great for anybody. But I need to backtrack and review really quickly 2 points that I've talked about before in a previous video. So go to my core training video. It's a few videos back to get the longer version of this. But 2 things you need to we always need to remember and understand. 1, the muscles of the core don't respond the same way the larger muscles of the body do. Like, you know, you can say, hey, I'm going to squeeze my bicep, and your bicep squeezes. The muscles around your core react autonomously. You know, like you can't say, I'm going to squeeze the multifidi that's originated at L2. It doesn't work that way. They fire similar to the same way your heart fires, depending on some external influence. Whether you go to open a door, you know, when you have to stabilize here to keep yourself from moving, whether somebody bumps into you, whether you pick something up, they have to stabilize like that, like on demand, depending on what direction and what force is being used. Which leads me to quick review portion number 2. Remember, the muscles of your core are not designed to move you. They're designed to prevent motion. There's a big difference. They're not designed to do this. They're not designed to do that. They're not designed to do that. They only do that as defense mechanisms. In fact, a good way to hurt your back or to become weak or to become injury prone is do stuff like that. But again, check the other video for a longer explanation on that. So why is tubing cool? Why do we like to use tubing? Because it does 2 of the things that it addresses, both of those things I just mentioned. 1, tubing is what's called variable resistance. Right here, it's say 10 pounds of pressure. Here it's 20, here it's 30. And then if I let it go gradually, it's like 25, 15, 5. That forces your body to react reflexively. It improves your coordination, like I mentioned before, how it just kind of has to fire autonomously. The fact that this is constantly varying, it's not like a dumbbell or a kettlebell that's like, you know, 15 pounds here, 15 pounds here, 15 pounds here, 15 pounds here. This is like 5, 10, 30, 20, 10, 5, real quick. And that forces all the muscles of your core to fire reflexively. So it helps your coordination and it helps your strength. Secondly, you can put tubing in a position that the tubing wants to move you and you have to stay still. So unlike a lot of motions that we do for the legs, for the upper body, for the lower body, where you're doing the motion, where you're pushing something, pulling something, squatting, the tubing wants to pull you and you need to stay still. Now, don't get trapped into thinking about, you know, there's a million different ways to apply this to your particular situation. Don't get bogged down with that. I have it attached low. You could have it attached parallel to you. You could have it attached high and coming down. You could use a thin tube, you could use a thick tube, you could use a medium tube. It doesn't really matter. But basically, use the tube to put you in a position where the tube wants to move you. So like right now, if I relax my core, my body's going to do that. The tubing wants me to do that. I can't do it. I need to fire everything here. I need to fire everything here. Everything in my lower back is holding steady right now against the resistance of the tubing pulling me this way. So it's not like doing this, like you see in chain gyms a lot, which is just absurd. It's just holding the tubing wants to move me, I need to stay still. It's improving the reflex stabilization, it's improving your ability to stay put with external resistance trying to move you. And again, there's a million ways you can do this. You can hold it and just hold this for 10 seconds or whatever. You can obviously adjust the tension by going that way or going that way. You can make circles, you can make figure 8s, you can make a chopping motion, but you notice my torso is not moving. I'm not doing that. I'm trying to stay still if the tubing is trying to move me. You could use one hand. I'm sorry, I said chopping. I meant a lifting motion. You can do a chopping motion where the tubing is here and there. You could squat and lift. You could do it split stance, figure 8s, circles. You could do it kneeling. You can hold a squat while you're doing it. There's 8 million different ways to do it. Point being, if you want to improve your core strength, whether you have a back injury, whether you had a back injury, or whether or not you just want to get a stronger core. Oh, there's my dog. Say hi. I knew he would introduce himself. This is Revis. Hey, little man. Mia's over there trying to get our attention. Yeah, so if you have back problems, you just want a stronger core, tubing is a great way to do it. If you want more specifics on the application of the actual moves, you know where to find it. Okay? Thanks.